This is Pink, and Pink is our African pygmy hedgehog. She is tame. She's actually a very tame hamster, very tame hedgehog, and she's one of the most popular animals at birthday parties and events. Some people will phone us up and say, "We'll give you the booking, but only if you bring Pink." Yeah, she's quite happy to sit on your hand. She moves about a lot. She's very wriggly, but I know it's okay. Okay, there you go. This is Shiver, and Shiver is a blue-tongued skink. She's very well mannered, and she'll sit still for a long time, and she's really popular at pet therapy. I absolutely adore her. She's a rescue, and she's in beautiful condition. She's an animal from Australia, so not likely to be seen by many people, and the guys will just sit with her on their lap and they'll just stroke her. And because the skin's so shiny and smooth, it's they'll just sit and stroke her for sort of 30 minutes, half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, whatever. I'll just sit with her on the lap, and they're quite happy. They like to see a little blue tongue, as you can see. That's why she's called a blue tongue skink. The little blue tongue keeps flicking out, and they find that absolutely amazing. But she's a gorgeous animal. She's not in any way vicious. She's not like to bite anybody, and she's quite happy to sort of sit in your hand and be fussed. She likes her cuddles. This is Moshi. Moshi's a Horsfield's tortoise, and he's a very friendly fella, but he does like to move about, and he gets the freedom of the house. When Johnny's in his bedroom, he can kind of come out and he just walks around the house. He's very adventurous actually, isn't he? You have to watch him if we've got doors open to the outside, because he'll actually venture outside on his own. He climbs up steps and down steps, and they're a lot more able than people give them credit for. But this guy, we take him to pet therapy, and the guys will just sit with him in their hands and stroke at the top of his head, because there's a special point on his head that he likes to be tickled. That's that bit there. If he'll do it, I'm not sure he will, but he puts his head up when you do it, and he actually pushes his head into your finger. That one there. That one there. But yeah, this guy's normally aggressive and abusive to staff, and you know, can be not very nice at all. And he's actually completely turned himself around since we started going in there and doing pet therapy. And when you give him this guy, he turns into this I don't know what you call him, almost childish guy, and he keeps cooing him and you know, telling him he loves him and stroking him, and he really kind of takes ownership and looks after him while he's got him. It's quite nice to see, to be honest, because he's a nice lad, and it's nice that we've been able to help him kind of develop his there you go, help him develop his personality to be the better person. And when these guys do this, the staff are actually seeing a different side of the person that they've never seen before. So it's helpful for the staff as well, because they can actually then see that underneath it all there is somebody in there with the right kind of personality, so there's some hope, and it helps with their relationship with the patient as well. This is Sebastian the Chinchilla, and he is another one we use in pet therapy. He does just sit pretty much perfectly still on your hand all the time, and he has the softest fur you've ever felt in your life. It's like just like a cushion of hair. They have 60 hairs growing out of each follicle rather than one, and that's why their fur is so thick and so warm, so dense. It's fantastic. It helps them survive in the cold of the kind of mountainous regions where they live. And again, just stroking that kind of plush fur is fantastic for therapy patients. And you know, he's a very cute little animal. He doesn't bite, and they've got really kind of soft feet as well. So the feeling of the feet standing on you is quite nice, because they're quite cool. They haven't got nails, they haven't got claws, they've got kind of nails like us, and so they can't scratch either, which makes them really good for people handling them, because people aren't going to get scratched or bitten. And you know, he's a great therapy favourite, and we take him quite a lot. People actually request. We had one guy in therapy, and he was sitting there with a rabbit and a chinchilla on his chest next to each other, stroking them both. They're really loving it, and I think he did that for about an hour and a half, and he was, you know, he made him feel better. And at the end of the day, it's a great feeling to know that with your work you can go out and you can make people feel better, not just about themselves, but you know, in general, just their general health improves because of something you're doing with them. So it's a very rewarding part of the job. This is Bilbo, and Bilbo's a Eurasian kestrel, sort of thing you see hovering by the roadside, looking for bits and bobs, and he's captive bred and was gifted to us by a guy we know who's got a lot of hawks, and he bought this for his children, and thought his children were showing interest in falconry. Unfortunately they didn't, and he said to me, if you want, the first time I met the guy, and he said to me, if you want him for your business, then please, it'll be our pleasure, so long as you fly him and you use him in your displays, and he gets the kind of love and care he deserves and the attention he deserves, then you can have him. So we spent about 4 months looking for a shed that we could keep him in, and finally found one, and we now have a 7-year-old kestrel. This is Beans. Beans is our border collie. He's a rescue from the rescue centre down at where is it? Colton. The border collie UK rescue, and he's our most popular pet therapy dog. And this guy is the guy that didn't know how to play with anything when we first had him, and it's thanks to the guys of St Andrews and thanks to his involvement with pet therapy that he's actually learned how to play with toys. So it's therapy for the dog as well as therapy for us. Therapy for the patients. It's really helped him come along. He's less nervous than he used to be, and he really enjoys himself when he goes, which is fab. This is Connie, and Connie's quite a gentle snake. She's a boa constrictor, and she's only a baby. She's going to grow about 2 or 3 times as big as she is now. So she'll be a big girl, and she'll have a big thick girth. But she's very gentle, and again, patients love her. She sits on them. She just sits around the neck, and she just kind of moves around, and that movement just helps people calm down. Some people don't like the feel of snakes, other people do, and the guys that like snakes just like the feeling of her around the neck moving, and they sit there and they stroke her as she's moving around, and it actually helps to relax them.
And you were saying the snakes know when you're around, they actually look for you and smell you.
That's right. When I'm doing a show, obviously people want to hold the snakes, people want to hold the animals, and if she's around somebody's neck, she'll actually gravitate towards me. You can see she's coming towards me now. She knows my scent, and she's really quite a nicely relaxed snake. Given the size of snake that she is and the type of snake she is, they can be quite aggressive. They don't necessarily like having their heads touched, whereas this one is very gentle and lets you stroke her under the chin and stroke the top of her head. But yeah, what we do with the guys, if I can just extract her from my arm, is we put the snake around the neck like that, and they just tend to hold on to her and just let her do what she wants to do. Basically, if you're relaxed with the snake, then the snake relaxes with you, and you can actually be helped to relax by having that movement. There's actually a therapy now that you can buy in health spas, where they actually take you topless and they put several snakes on your back and just let them move around on your back, and it's actually therapy to help you relax and to give you to give you a nice relaxing hour, and you come away feeling refreshed and relaxed and totally happy. So there she goes.